coaches and I think there's teachers. I don't know if we have enough teachers in the NBA, especially because of the league getting so young. You might need more teaching than coaching. But as far as coaching, from a day-to-day standpoint, from being able to make adjustments on the fly, I do think it's Ty Lue and then Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra. They're right there. It's top three. Just like we were talking about last week with Steph and Giannis and KD. They're in that top tier. And then everybody else kind of goes below that. There was another guy who showed himself to be in that top tier, but we can't talk about him right now.
Yeah, what happened there? What happened to him?
It's like a guy whose music we can't listen to no more. You know what I mean? Like, because he's in jail, because he's done some, he's done some stupid shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain coaches we can't name. We can't name them anymore. We can't talk about them.
First year as a head coach, you waiting for your opportunity. You were a journeyman. You were assistant, looking at the head man saying, "Oh, come on, I mean, wait till I get my shot. I'm gonna show him," and you start to show him. But okay, we can't talk about this on the air. We can't.
No, we can't.
Look,
talk about this. What I will say is this. Yeah. What I will say is this. Having a particular status is almost like what people say about, people who come into money. It just makes you a bigger version of something you already are.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Yeah. We'll leave that alone. So Ty Lue may be that guy. And okay, I like the premise. It is a big statement and it's a great conversation. But what he can't do, he can coach. I don't think he has his MD. I don't think it's like Ty Lue MD. It doesn't say that on the door. So these guys, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, we're putting a lot on the health of those two together. Like, if you just said one of those guys has to be healthy, I'd say, okay, I'll take those chances. But throughout the season and postseason, we need both of these guys to be healthy. And then we're going to say, if that happens, the Clippers are as good as any team in the league. Yeah, I agree with that. But, Vinny, how much confidence do you have that these guys can get it together? Everything will align, and the Clippers will be where they're supposed to be on the court and medically when it comes to May and June?
I don't know. And that's the one thing that nobody's willing to say. Like, we're supposed to be experts in all this and have definitive answers. But I don't know what Kawhi Leonard is going to look like all those months removed from a debilitating lower leg injury when he was having lower leg issues with his quads and his hamstrings up until that particular point. When he's available and when he's right, you go look at that 2021 playoff before he got hurt, he was putting up 30 points a game on nearly like 61% true shooting, right? That was our last image of him, which wasn't even the best version of Kawhi Leonard. And here's the one thing I don't worry about. I don't worry about his commitment to getting himself right. I worry about if his body can actually hold up through the rigors. But if you've got a deeper team and you can sort of manage and navigate and get, 65 games, if we get 65 games out of Kawhi Leonard and 65 games of him in improving health going into the playoffs, do you think anybody wants to see him? Do you think anybody wants to see the Clippers? Like, one of these years, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? One of these years, they're going to figure it out. Or, maybe they won't. But we're talking about a generational player here. And when we see these top 10 lists and you don't see his name there, y'all must have forgot. The last time we saw him, even with the injuries, he was special. He was enormously special.
And if you think about the pivot we're about to make here, look at it. Like the Clippers have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George because to get Kawhi was like, all right, get Paul George. They go and they give a bundle of draft picks to OKC, and OKC is just waiting with all these picks, waiting for the big moment. Well, hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.